we'll be debuting the Fortnite Championship Series. This will give players a chance to compete against the best of the best, where every single result matters, with a leaderboard to track results over the course of the season.
Fortnite Championship Series?
Can I just say, did you hear that? Every placement matters? Wait, is this something you guys have been wanting or something like that?
Oh, this is awesome stuff there.
Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Crashy, and today we have to talk about this announcement. It's a very vague announcement, somewhat confusing, but ultimately something that I knew was coming. The announcement coming from the actual World Cup stream from Sundown himself, talking about the Fortnite Championship Series, the FCS, and this undeniably is coming from the initiative, from the office, from the man himself, Nate Nanzer, and this is exactly what we were talking about in the last video and what we've been talking about for a while now with the addition of Nate Nanzer at Epic Games. Ultimately, the question was, after World Cup, what comes next? Now, some of the terminology they use, it makes it a little confusing, but I kind of want to break down my thoughts on what the FCS could be and what I'm expecting out of the Fortnite Championship Series. So he ultimately said it's a way to get the best of the best to compete against each other during a season. That's some of the things that we want to kind of take out of this. That's what we want to dissect from this. There's a season. Now, what this could mean are, in my opinion, two different things, how I'm kind of dissecting it and putting it together in my mind. I could see this being an upgraded version of Arena with a leaderboard. That's another thing they said in the kind of announcement, with a leaderboard where it ultimately is just a much more accurate version of practice online built into the game, where people can queue up and consistently grind to try to earn prizes and qualify for tournaments and make the millions and millions of dollars that will be at stake, like they said in the video. Now, that's one version of what it could be, and in my opinion, I don't think that's very likely. What I think it's going to be is more of a professional series, a professional league, where they will do some version of an open qualifier or a period, through Arena or through a tournament where you have to qualify for the Championship Series, and then let's say weekly they will run Championship Series events or Championship Series tournaments. And this, I think, is much more likely, because I think it's a way for people to have a chance to qualify into the Championship Series, and it's a way for them to have less of a broad spectrum of skill in one big event. The problem with the World Cup qualifiers is that anyone from, the Champion Arena up, anyone in Champion Arena could compete, and that's just, the skill level is just so varied. And ultimately, we want to emulate much higher skill games in these tournaments and, with these top tier professional players, so that way you're not playing two versions of the game, which one is like a kill race and the other is like very constructed, stacked end games. So I think it's much more likely that they're going to have a series where you have to, qualify to get in, and then you participate in that series. Now, the timing of this is going to be where we need some specifics, but I could see it being like every single week they run a series game, and then maybe like once a month or once every couple months they run a qualifier to get new players into the series. Now, this series, there's some options. I don't think it's going to be a 100 player series. I think that would be too small. I think the point is to have a very exclusive series, but this could go up to like 1,000 people per region. So that way it's the top 1,000 people, or let's say, the top 400 people or something like that, competing in this series every single week with, intermittent periods to qualify for the series and constant tournaments and much higher quality. Now, this would not exclude the low end, because the low end would still be playing in these World Cup-esque semifinals where you're trying to compete against everybody basically in Champion Arena, everybody in Champion Arena to try to get into the series, but it would make the tournaments for the really high-end players that much better, that much more marketable, that much more fun to watch. That's my breakdown. That's what I think is coming, and that's really the option of the two that I can see being the most viable. It allows for Arena to be there to really still allow people to grind up and get to championship, Champion League. It allows for people to still play weekly or, bi-monthly or however often, there's potential to get into the Championship Series. And then, in my opinion, weekly, it allows for the people that are actually qualified and participating in the Championship Series to compete at a much higher level consistently for cash prizes. So let me know what you think in the comment section down below. What do you think the Fortnite Championship Series is going to be like. Is this something that you're interested in? Do you like the current format? And who knows, maybe they'll actually come out with a new format, you know, he said where every single thing is rewarded. I think that personally means getting rid of placement thresholds, hopefully. I don't know. But thanks for checking out this video. Please don't leave without leaving a like, and we'll see you on the next video.
Do you feel your bones start to shake? Do you feel the earthquake? Do you feel the fire inside of me?